Antony and Cleopatra is a play by William Shakespeare, first performed in 1607. It focuses on the tumultuous romance between Mark Antony, a Roman general, and Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt. This tragedy follows Shakespeare's earlier play, Julius Caesar, and continues the story of Rome's transition from a republic to an empire. In this play, we witness the tragic downfall of both Antony and Cleopatra, culminating in their deaths due to their conflict with Octavius Caesar, who will become Emperor Augustus. The play opens in Egypt, where Mark Antony, one of Rome's powerful triumvirs, has become infatuated with Cleopatra, neglecting his duties to Rome in favor of a life of indulgence. Following the death of his wife Fulvia, who had rebelled against Antony's fellow triumvir, Octavius Caesar, Antony decides to return to Rome to address his responsibilities. Octavius Caesar, Julius Caesar's great-nephew, has called upon Antony to help repel an attack from Sextus Pompey. Cleopatra demands that Antony disregard this summons, but he leaves for Rome, promising her that his love remains unwavering. Upon arriving in Rome, Antony meets with the other triumvirs, Caesar and Lepidus. They agree that Antony will marry Caesar's sister, Octavia, to restore peace. Despite Antony's agreement, his friend Enobarbus is skeptical that Octavia can rival Cleopatra's allure. Back in Egypt, Cleopatra reacts with fury upon learning of Antony's marriage to Octavia. She assaults the messenger until he convinces her that Octavia is less beautiful and regal. Meanwhile, Antony, Caesar, and Lepidus celebrate a truce with Pompey, but the agreement is short-lived as Caesar orders his navy to attack Pompey after the festivities. Antony returns to Egypt, abandoning Octavia and allowing her to return to her brother. Caesar, enraged by Antony's betrayal of his sister, retaliates by imprisoning Lepidus on false charges of treason and preparing for an attack on Antony in Egypt. Although Antony is renowned for his military prowess and commands a formidable army, he chooses to fight Caesar at sea with the less capable Egyptian navy. Additionally, he allows Cleopatra to join him on her own ship. During the battle, Cleopatra abruptly retreats, prompting Antony to follow her, resulting in a disastrous and dishonorable defeat. Ashamed of the loss, Antony sees even his loyal friend Enobarbus defect to Caesar's side. Caesar attempts to persuade Cleopatra to betray Antony, but Antony intercepts the messenger and has him whipped. Infuriated, Antony resolves to fight Caesar again. Meanwhile, Enobarbus, realizing the extent of Antony's generosity despite his betrayal, is overwhelmed with guilt. He decides to abandon Caesar and die as a beggar. In their second confrontation, Antony's Egyptian forces surrender to Caesar, defying his orders. Believing that Cleopatra has betrayed him, Antony renounces her. Cleopatra tests Antony's devotion by sending a messenger to falsely announce her death. Overcome with remorse, Antony decides to end his own life. He wounds himself and is taken to Cleopatra, only to discover that she is still alive. Captured by Caesar's forces, Cleopatra chooses to die rather than be paraded in a triumphal procession. Forewarned by the soldier Dolabella of Caesar's plans to humiliate her, Cleopatra commits suicide by allowing a poisonous snake to bite her. Her maids, Charmian and Iras, also take poison. Caesar, moved by Cleopatra's courage and grandeur, orders a dignified burial for both Antony and Cleopatra. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.